Now we're going to turn our attention back to earnings. Saurabh Mittal, Managing Director and CEO at Greenlam, is joining us on the phone line from right here in Delhi. Mr. Mittal, good afternoon. This is Manvi here in the Delhi studio. So let's get to it. It's been a strong beat on earnings, both for the quarter and for the full year on a consolidated basis. Reflect a little bit on what's driven the growth. Mr. Mittal, can you hear me? Okay, so it's one of those days when, you know, technology plays spoil sport. But as you were seeing on your screen, the Greenlam stock is up smartly in trade today, 7.1% higher. So let's take you through the standalone and the consolidated numbers that we've got from Greenlam. And we should have Mr. Mittal with us shortly. The sales numbers on a standalone basis at 268.4 crore. The profit after tax on a standalone basis at 17.3 crore. Mr. Mittal, good afternoon. Welcome to NDTV. Hope you can hear me. This is Manvi here in the Delhi studio. It's been a strong beat on earnings, both for the quarter and the full year on a consolidated basis. And this at a time when the environment has been challenging. So share with us, you know, some of the factors that have contributed to this performance from Greenlam.
Well, there is no single factor, you know, which I can really put it on, you know, besides a good teamwork on the market. And post the Q3 debacle, I think, you know, we had a good run in Q4 on the laminates business where, you know, we were at the peak capacity utilization of 110%. Volume growth was quite robust. So was the value growth. And in spite of raw material costs, you know, going up a little bit on the chemicals and the paper side, you know, we posted better margins. Working capital cycles actually came down. Debtors management was more superior. Inventories came down. So I think overall we've been quite pleased with the Q4 laminates business performance. On the veneer and light product category, although the loss reduced or, you know, the margins improved slightly, but on the revenue front, we had a degrowth versus, you know, last quarter revenues were lower, and or rather it was just flattish, you know. So we're still struggling on the new product category, the door floors, and the veneer segment too posted a small degrowth. And yes, so I think we still have a lot of work to be done. So, you know, although the results are looking better, probably the base was lower in FY16.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, just in terms of dividing up your performance, domestic and exports, you know, the export environment, anything noteworthy there?
Well, you know, the export business last year on a consolidated basis, complete year, I think we grew hardly 4.5% in value. And so we did struggle, you know, in couple of markets. Couple of markets we did well. The US business did well. The UK business did well. Europe we did well. So APAC and a couple of other regions, you know, we didn't do too great. We were more or less flattish, or we had a minor degrowth because of local currency challenges, and, you know, a couple of oil economies not doing so well. But by and large, you know, we had a 4.5% growth in the export market in value terms. The rupee appreciation also, you know, kind of reduced the growth in terms of value. And this year we're looking at a 10% kind of a growth in the export international market. So yes, you know, some markets did well, some were not so great, but overall, yeah.
Okay, which is why I want to look forward a little bit, and I want to first touch upon GST and the fact that the rate structure seems to be favorable.
Yes, the rate structures for the core laminates business seems to be favorable. So the proposed rates are at 18% for the laminates and the engineered wood flooring products, and remains 28% for the decorative veneer, melamine chipboard, and the door business. And since the core business is laminates and engineered wood floorings, we have competition mostly from imports, as we're the only local producer. So we think with the rate reduction and potential price correction in the market, the price gaps between us and the unorganized players will narrow down. And in fact, there was one round of price points narrowing down in Q4, also post a demonetization. So I think this will help us expand our across several markets. So I think sales should potentially, you know, improve eventually. There could be a temporary disruption for maybe, you know, 1 or 2 months because of GST and people destocking, or, you know, people being in the transition phase. But yes, we're quite positive. On the veneer and doors, it remains unchanged, so it's more or less neutral for us.
Okay. And in anticipation on the laminates and allied product segment, there's new capacity coming on stream at Nalagarh. Can you give us a sense of when, that will be up and running?
So we announced the capacity expansion last year, and we are kind of running ahead of schedule on that. And we should be able to commence the 2 million sheets capacity at the month of June. That's next month. And we said this earlier also. Currently we have 12 million. With this 2 million, we go to 14 million. And within the two plants, we can go up to 20 million sheets capacity on brownfield basis. So if we see demand being robust, we can quickly, add up a new production line and add capacity.
What's your outlook on the veneer side of the business? I mean, the potential, there's no denying that.
Sure, there's potential, but the veneer business, so I think the veneer business has three businesses within. So one is the decorative veneer panel business. There, post the demonetization, we had a degrowth in Q3, and the product category is premium, premium price, so really premium homes, premium offices, hospitality, etc. Are the larger users of the product category, and there's been a kind of a muted demand from that segment for us. Although we did pull up in Q4, but yet it's not what normal state should be. So we hope that it gets better. But yes, there is a large market, but there could be a temporary, slip on that. On the flooring and door business, obviously the businesses are new, so they are posting growth. But yes, both the categories were quite positive. We've improved the flooring business revenues and reduced the losses in Q4. So we're quite positive in both the business. They're new businesses, so yes, it is taking time to kind of build up the revenues and make it at least at first step a break-even business. But yes, by and large, we're positive about all our businesses.
Okay, so on that note, just one final question: is there a number that sort of captures what FY18 could deliver, sort of guidance, if you want to call it that?
I think if it's a guidance point, like we should be looking at 10-12% kind of a top line growth in FY18. I think that would be a fair expectation from us. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Mittal, I'm going to leave it at that. Always value your time here on NDTV. Many thanks for joining us. We'll take a break. Back in a moment. See if the markets make any major moves in the interim. That's a couple of minutes from now.